Walla read from her clinical notes today, telling the jury what Alan told her. And she said, Alan went to his parents' house in the morning, bought a 6-pack of beer on the way home and drank 3 of those beers, and then bundled up and went out to the trails. That's where he saw Abby and Libby, and he followed them across the bridge. She said Alan told her that he did something with his gun at that point, which he thought might explain how a cartridge from the gun ended up at the crime scene.
Investigators say they recovered a .40 caliber unspent round between the victims' bodies.
And she said Alan told her that he instructed Abby and Libby to go down the hill. In her words, their necks, that's what she said that Richard Allen told her, and made sure that they were, and then covered their bodies with branches and returned to his car, staying off the trail so that he would not be seen. So, one witness reported seeing a man walking away from the area along a roadway with clothes that were muddy and bloody.
And she talked about writing those down with a pen, taking notes, and then actually going back each day and entering them into a system, and then she would shred her notes. And the defense really attacked that, the fact that she shred her notes and thought that that was not best practices. And she said that she did that, for security reasons and privacy reasons.
And it was interesting that when Dr. Walla was reading from her notes today, that evidence, that exhibit, was actually passed out to all the jurors so they could follow along in her notes as she was testifying. And one of those clinical notes that she read from actually was another confession involving a phone call that Richard Allen made to his wife while he was in prison.
They messed you up so bad.
It's okay, honey, I did it. I did it, dear.
Stop.
I cannot stop. I've got somebody here listening to me right now, dear.
No.
To hear the things that we've heard about this particular witness, to hear some things as it relates to her credibility, and we heard Bob talk about how she was inconsistent in some of her conclusions. On the one hand, she's saying that he's not necessarily psychotic, but she's also saying he's being treated for psychosis. She's saying that she doesn't think that he was mentally ill, but she diagnosed him with a mental illness. And now here, live in person at trial, she's saying that she's starting to sort of rethink some of the things that she once thought. So I would agree with Bob. It has to be really challenging for the jury to unpack this and reconcile some of these conflicts. And you don't usually see conflicts in evidence from experts. A conflict in the evidence from an eyewitness is normal. For example, we heard early on some differences in the testimony about what Bridge Guy looked like. Well, those are normal, everyday people who are eyewitnesses, and that evidence has just been deemed unreliable across the board for decades.
Right.
But to hear this person who's an expert in her field delivering such information in a way that's so incohesive and hard to follow, I just don't really know what this did for either side.